Our junior year, they took first in the Juneland Conference. And thanks to the desire of the team and the spirit of the seniors, they were able to shine for another straight year. Who wouldn't be excited to go to a game and watch one of our star players heading in a winning goal, or a star goalie making a game-winning save? Due to this desire and dedication, they were able to advance to the sectional finals and leave with a winning record of 6-1 in the Juneland. Next year, the team will have big shoes to fill with the retirement of 19 seniors. And what about our girls softball team? In years prior, they'd win a few games here and there, but they gamed together as seniors. They accomplished a feat they have never accomplished before, with the win against Portage, and just but a week ago, they advanced on to the sectional finals. I believe that it is fair in saying that these teams did their best, and there is honor in that. As our year was coming to an end, many of us took part in our senior prom. The theme was, "These are the days," which were beginning to look all too real. We danced the night away, but it went as quickly as it came. Some thought that's okay, we still have senior week, ditch day, the senior picnic, and much more ahead. Just the same as prom, senior week, the picnic, the ditch days came and they went. And now we are here this evening, a night we never thought would come. If we were to ask our well-loved teacher, Mr. Workman, if he thought these years were worth all the work, frustration, and time, he would reply, "You bet your sweet baby." And he is right. If there is one thing that we have learned as a class together in the past 4 years, that is how quickly time passes. For many of us, we can still remember the first day of high school like it was yesterday, and now it has come to an end. We must all remember as we look at the long road ahead, there are many things that we want to see and to do. We must learn to make room for all of these things. I know that when we are faced with the inevitable, we will rise to the occasion and conquer whatever it may be. If we learn to trust our instincts and choose our conscience, we will live our lives without regret. And with this said, I leave you with a quote by Dr. Seuss, taken from the book, "Oh, the Places You'll Go." Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. On behalf of the graduates, we would like to thank each and every one of you for helping in our road together. Each of you has helped us get where we are today. And last, I'd like to wish my fellow graduates success and happiness in their lives. Congratulations and thank you.
Tonight, June 5th, 2003, is a night we have been looking forward to since we began school. Our memories of tonight will remain with us throughout the rest of our lives. Since we were young, we have been watching TV shows like Boy Meets World, Saved by the Bell, and even Happy Days. We watched these and other shows featuring kids in school. Most of these shows would end as soon as or soon after the main characters graduated from high school. In a sense, our lives have been like those same shows. There have been highs and lows, interesting school projects, hours of homework, outstanding teachers, school dances, and the ever-popular bad school picture. And now, here we are at our high school graduation, the typical series finale, but our show is far from over. Many of us have been together since kindergarten and throughout elementary school, when we had recess, lined up at the door before going anywhere, with the boys in one line and the girls in the other, and everybody wanted that coveted spot at the front of the line. There were science fairs and after-school fun fairs, and to cap off our elementary years, each fifth grade class came together when we all played the recorder for a program at the high school. Remember how proud we were as our parents sat through all that noise? Even more of us have been together for the past 7 years since we began middle school. It was then that the big show began as each of the elementary schools came together. In 6th grade, the confusion of going to a new school with more rooms and new people was further enhanced when many of us were displaced from our classrooms due to structural problems, and the entire student body was forced to carry all their books with them because of too many tardies. And it wasn't even our fault. The 7th and 8th graders ahead of us were to blame. We grew accustomed to the middle school in 7th grade, but our class received its first major test when one of our classmates, Justina Obermeyer, lost her life in a tragic car accident over Christmas break. The loss of Justina devastated our class, and our memories of her will remain with us forever. 8th grade brought the joy and uncertainty of moving on to high school. With the start of freshman year, we had new additions to our class from Trinity Lutheran and St. Bridget's, whose students must have thought the high school was a madhouse coming from such small, familiar schools. For the first time in freshman year, we actually took part in homecoming activities like hallway decorating and the parade, instead of just spray painting our hair different colors like we did in middle school. On November 28, 1999, a man that had been a fixture in our community for all our lives, a man that put Hobart on the map throughout Indiana, Coach Don Howell passed away. The loss of Coach Howell devastated the Hobart community as well as our school. Sophomore year was the last year we had to wear often annoying IDs, and was also the year when many of us began to drive. Sophomore year also marked the end of a legacy at Hobart High School when beloved history teacher Mr. Mo Rohde unexpectedly passed away. Mr. Rohde touched many lives and will never be forgotten. Junior year came, and then we were in classes like chemistry and trig, but we also had our classmates running for homecoming court and doing all the other things we could only look forward to as freshmen and sophomores. Our class experienced the tragic event of our generation on September 11, 2001, a day that began as a normal school day and ended with the country in turmoil. Since freshman year, school has been like a big sitcom with 250 different subplots. Those subplots have culminated again this evening into what may be seen as the series finale. During our final season here at Hobart, we have shared in the joys of our final homecoming for football and basketball, the talent show, senior prom, senior week, and finally, tonight. A night that has been about 18 years in the making. The show is far from over. Maybe for us as a group, this is the end of the show, but in the great land of sitcoms and TV shows, there are always spin-offs. As we leave here this evening, each one of us will be the star of the show, our own personal show. We will take different paths leading out of here tonight. Some of us will be attending a college or university this fall, others a trade or technical school. Some will immediately enter the job force, and still others will be combining their dedication and patriotism with the education they have received at Hobart High School to serve our country in the armed forces. No matter where you may be spinning off to, always remember your roots. We are who we are for many reasons, including the place we live and where we go to school. Our lives have also been shaped by those people in front of us, our family, friends, teachers, parents, relatives, and co-workers. They are the reason we are here tonight, and they are also the reason why we have chosen the path we will take when we leave here this evening. On behalf of the class of 2003, I would like to thank all of you in the audience for all you have done for us to help us succeed. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a little better, to know even one life has breathed you here because you have lived. This is the meaning of success." Sitting before you tonight are 250 young men and women who exemplify this meaning of success. To my fellow classmates, it's been a long and winding road, but we did it, and we did it well. We have shared in many great experiences together. I wish you all the best of luck in all of your endeavors, and remind you, Once a brickie, always a brickie.
Good evening again. Dr. Leach, Mr. Spitzer, Board of School Trustees, administration, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, honored graduates to my right and to my left. When I was invited to give this address tonight, I quickly said yes. I consider it to be the highlight honor of my 35 years in education. What better way to finish a wonderful career than to speak before a group of young men and women that I admire so much and have really over the past 4 years gotten very close to. I have taught many of these graduates. I have come to know most of the others in some regard or another. In addition, tonight, as I look out on the audience, I see many in attendance that I have known and or taught over the past 35 years. I have spoken before small groups, large groups, so this evening should not make me nervous. But when I agreed to speak tonight, I was suddenly hit with a case of the nerves. I really wasn't sure why until I realized I too am graduating tonight. Unlike the graduates to my left and my right, my journey has taken 53 years to reach its goal. Their journey has taken only a short 13 years. So when any of the seniors this year told me that they didn't think they were ever going to get out, that this was an awfully long year, that they had been in school for so long, I tried to remind them, wait till they've been in school for 53 years and see how they do. I once read where the governor of Wyoming gave the shortest commencement address in history when he addressed graduates at the University of Wyoming. When introduced, he walked to the podium and told the graduates, "You done good." He then went back and sat down. My speech obviously won't be that short, but I will be brief. I told them yesterday in the rehearsal that I was going to speak 1 minute for each year that I had taught. So that would be 35 minutes, and they should be happy I'm not speaking 1 minute for each year that I've been alive. I believe that most people here tonight are familiar with David Letterman's top 10 reasons why. Tonight I would like to borrow from Letterman and give the graduates the Workman top 10 pieces of advice to graduates. Number 10 is short and to the point. Never give up. This piece of advice is very important. So important that I will spend a little bit of time on it. When I say never give up, it doesn't matter what your dreams are. Some people might try and discourage you or tell you your dreams are stupid. You can draw inspiration from people who were laughed at but went on to be very successful. Fred Smith, for example, wrote a paper while at Yale University proposing reliable overnight delivery. He got the paper back from his professor with a grade of C. There was a note on the paper. The professor told him that his concept was interesting, but if he wanted an A on the paper, he had to prove it to be feasible. Fred Smith went on to begin Federal Express. Debbie Fields wanted to start a cookie business. She was told a cookie store was a bad idea. She was also told that America liked crispy cookies, not the soft and chewy cookies that she baked. Debbie Fields went on to start Mrs. Fields Cookies. Then there's the musical group that applied to Decca Recording Company in 1962. The company rejected the group, saying, "We don't like the sound and guitar music is on the way out." That group was the Beatles. And in a story now quite famous, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These are only a few examples, and the message is clear.